welcome back for another episode. Welcome, guys.
What's up?
I
We
love
back.
podcasting because I feel like we always have like conversations. We just don't film them, but I feel like we're just
All the
natural
time.
like podcasters.
Right, because we can talk literally all day. Like, we literally just talk for like
Exactly.
45
Might as well turn the
minutes.
camera on.
That we exactly. Might as well just turn it on. And so we're just gonna be talking about like things this generation needs to hear. I know like a big thing is like hot takes and like things like that. And so so I guess like to lead the conversation, let's go with a hot take, a random hot take. What is y'all's thoughts on Halloween since it's coming up this season?
We're a big no on Halloween.
No.
And
And I'm going to be real. I know that your beliefs are different, but I do believe it's a personal conviction, so I'll never
sure.
tell anybody, what's right or what's wrong. Everybody has their own beliefs. Everybody has, whatever they truly believe and think. However, for us, spiritual warfare is real.
Yeah.
And of course, you can be the light in the darkness, but my hot take on it is that it's a compromise.
Yeah.
If you are going toward, like, I'll be the light in the darkness on Halloween, I feel like that's where, you're kind of compromising it, because realistically, it's just straight darkness on Halloween.
It is.
And
Yeah.
for-
But I feel like our church, we do like a harvest festival. So it's not really even Halloween. It's
and I've
just
seen
like
that too. I've
the
seen comments
hay
of that.
rides. It's just like taking a spin on it. Because I feel like people take Halloween, because I have friends that celebrate Halloween.
Right.
And they go to parties and do all these things. And then I feel like in that realm, it's like, okay. But I feel like people have taken the connotation of it and it is the holiday Halloween is so dark. Named
is.
Halloween is Halloween. It's
It's
so
the
dark.
devil's day.
It is.
to
And
me.
so I feel like people take that to like an extreme. And so that's why our church normally does something on Sundays or whatever it is.
Well, the way that I think about it too is like, we have children now,
Yeah.
and we were called, and God is entrusting us to protect them.
Right.
Once they're, sorry, babe.
No, I was just saying, like, you expose them when.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Once they're exposed to that, there's no coming back from it.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're there to protect their souls, their innocence, and protect them from sin. They are completely free of sin right now. Like,
Yeah.
That is just
Literally,
the truth,
yeah.
right?
And literally, what Halloween is, my biggest thing is
All
like,
you
what,
see is,
yeah. And in 4 years ago, I don't know, something like 4 years ago, before we
he
had our
dressed-
breakup and stuff,
yes.
I was literally the devil.
he dressed as a
I
devil.
dressed as
wow.
a devil. I wanted to paint my face and everything, like horns, all that, dressed as a devil.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't celebrate Halloween, is because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, like
you're
you-
kind of choosing to distract yourself with the enemy. Like, the
Yeah.
enemy is, in my eyes, that's the devil's day.
Yeah.
I just
100%.
feel like for us, it would just kind of be like, okay, like, we say like we're walking with God, we're following God and everything, but it's like, that's the only thing that would take us away. Like, why are you partaking in this then? And you
Right.
see what everybody does. So it's just like, we're called to be set apart and everything. And I think that's just where we stand with it, because whenever we walk outside and stuff, it's devil mask, is Ouija boards, is witchcraft, like all of that walks in our world to this. This is the only realm where it's all mixed in. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't see that. Like, you have heaven, you have us on earth, and then you have hell.
Yeah.
This is the only part where demons are real. You could literally be talking to a demon one day and not even know it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's whatever people believe. We're not like pushing that on anybody or anything, but
100%.
we believe in spiritual warfare. We believe that the devil works. We believe that we are on earth with demons, and this is the only place where, we believe that witchcraft, voodoo, all of that is real.
Yeah.
We will never go to a psych to read our cards or anything. Like, none of that. Like, God literally says, like, do not partake in any of that
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Like, we was just talking about astrology and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't even, like, really, like, believe in that or,
Yeah.
like, really partake in that. So that's just one thing. Even if, like, we're watching the
That's
Disney
what I was about to
movies and
say.
stuff.
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog.
Princess and Frog.
I
Like
always
love
skip.
Princess
Coco
and the-
is a very demonic Disney.
Yes, I love Princess and the Frog, and it's like, I want my daughter to see it, but I mean, if I want her to see it, I have to completely skip over those parts. So that's just a movie we don't
Yeah.
really watch now, because
Yeah.
it's like,
voodoo, it got them shadows.
Yeah, and I
Like,
have
that's
seen that like
demons.
in today's culture they like normalized it. not
Yes.
normalized it, but it kind of like blends in. Like if
Girl.
you're not a parent that
The number one movies on any platform you go on right now are Prime, are Netflix. What is it about? Monsters. It's about the devil.
Yeah.
The Conjuring. The Conjuring 4, number one movie. It was something
Yes.
about
What's that kids show that
yes.
stays number one for like it's been 5 months now?
Demon Hunters.
Oh, wow.
Demon Hunters.
The name in it is Demon Hunters.
Wow.
And
We
of
never
course,
even, like,
some
no,
people
we
would
don't
be like,
talk
"No,
about
it's
that
just an
stuff."
innocent kid show. Like it's literally them hunting demons and stuff like that." But no, we're strong believers on what we allow in our home and
Yeah.
our mind. Like all of that makes a difference. That's why we don't listen to Young Boy. That's why we don't listen to the hardcore rap artists or like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, all of that. Like we
All
don't.
that, we see that as an opening door for the enemy to come into our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's an
you
easy
can
door,
open like,
yeah.
portals and stuff. And I know everybody has their
Everybody's
own takes on
different.
that, and
Everybody's
that's a
different.
very
Yeah.
strong conversation to like have and talk about and everything. And we're
Yeah.
not trying to lead anybody one way or anything. That's just our
Yeah, and
hot take on
Right.
it. Like
yeah,
it's all real.
and even God says, like, I feel like everyone has their own convictions.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some people, they can't. I mean, I would never go to a bar, but like they can't go to bars because they used to be alcoholics,
Right.
and so like I may feel a conviction watching a movie that you don't feel, or vice versa. You may feel a conviction watching a movie that I don't feel, and so it's like God convicts us all in our own way,
Yes,
and I think it's a
100%.
good thing that we each have our own conviction.
Because like it'll help in other ways, and like God could be calling somebody to be the light in the darkness on that holiday. But it's just like for us, especially because we have children now, that's just like where we draw the line. Because let's say we do take them out for the innocent trick or treating and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
I mean,
and we dress them up. There's no harm in like dressing them up and everything. But it's like what they see whenever we take them out to that trick or treating thing,
Yeah.
like that's where it's kind of just like a no for us. Like with the scary movies and stuff, like we're not gonna watch that or have that around in our house and stuff because we feel like, okay, like that's letting spiritual warfare in our home. Like
Yeah.
my little sister had came sleep over one night, and I was like, I'm gonna just be real with you. One thing we don't allow is like the scary movies and stuff, because I see with the Halloween going around now, number one movies are the
It's all
scary
over.
movies. And as kids, that's what we
Ads
did.
and
Yeah.
stuff. You can't kind of get away from it. We just
Yeah.
hurry and skip it.
Yeah.
Right, and as kids, that's what we were doing. Like, that was fun to us. That was the normal. Like, let's get some popcorn and watch a
Yeah.
scary movie. Like,
I
I can't
stayed
tell you
watching.
how many nights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen The Conjuring and stuff like that, but I didn't know what I was
Yeah.
opening up myself to, like, or watching people
Yeah.
do, like, the Ouija boards and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, all of that really is real.
Yeah.
And it is very normalized in the world,
Yeah.
and that's something that we want
Even on
to.
movies, I'm like, oh no, like they
Girl.
play the Ouija. I'm
But
like,
that's what the enemy wants.
Yeah.
Like the devil wants himself to be at a pedestal over here because, this is where he can live freely. He can manipulate us. He can take over us. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
he can give us,
Yeah.
what we want. Like
Yeah.
he can give us the temptation and stuff. He can give us the temporary happiness and make us think like, oh, this is amazing. Like he wants us to be in the world.
Yeah.
He wants us to be as far apart from God as we can
yeah.
be,
yeah.
That's
So-
that's like when you watch scary movies. As a kid, that's what happened to me. You watch scary movies. What happens when you go to bed at night? You're scared. You think
Terrified.
something's in the closet. You
No,
go to sleep.
literally.
You having bad dreams.
Yeah.
That's all inviting because,
Yeah.
like we said, spiritual.
And it's
A bad dream is the demon come and play with
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Because I know from experience, like I had a family member that would have sleep paralysis. Like literally in his sleep can't move and sees the devil. That all plays a part in why we don't even try to invite anything into our life like that, because
Yeah, and like
Right.
my mom, she had like this crazy, because my mom, if you know my mom, she's very like, she loves coffee. Like that's like her thing. And like one day, like God told her to like stop drinking Starbucks. And she was like, okay, like, and if you drink Starbucks, no hate, but she was like, okay, why? Like, she was like, okay, and like, no, I'm not doing that. And she had a dream about like Starbucks. If you don't know, like the lady on the cup is a
Yeah.
witch. She's a mermaid witch.
Wow.
And she had a dream that like she was choking her and killed her. And so ever since then, she's never drank Starbucks again, just because that personal
Wow.
conviction of that lady is a
Yes.
witch on the cup. And people don't
Yes.
see that.
That's
I
what we
never
do
knew
too.
that.
That's
Yes,
kinda
see,
how
and
we
I didn't
live.
even know that. But you see, I don't do Starbucks often. Now we go to Jet Coffee.
Coffee.
Because I remember that being like on my mind in the back of my head, because I seen somebody had like commented something
Yeah.
like that, and I've also seen it in like news articles and stuff too that
Yeah.
people were saying that.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I'm like, oh wow. Now I'm like, yeah, because
Right, but it's stuff like that because we don't want to be around that stuff. We don't want to be next to a witch. Like, I rebuke that from our home.
Not putting my kids around that.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
and it really is real. Like, dude, like, I don't
Yeah.
think people really understand. You know, like, we pray over our kids every day. I literally always say, if we walk into somewhere
Yeah.
and the energy is off, I'm praying over them the same night, and I'm
Yeah.
like, God, I rebuke that off of my kids. If anything has tried to attach itself to my husband, my kids, or myself, or tried to come into our home, girl, I'm opening doors. I'm
Yeah.
walking around my house with holy water, opening
'Cause it
door.
works that
Get
way.
out
Yeah.
of here, the devil. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want you in here.
Yeah.
And it's because, like, you can let him in through the things you listen to, the things you watch, like all of those
He
things,
attaches
and not
himself in those ways.
Yeah.
right, and not even realize it. Like, for instance, we could be having the most amazing day, and then all of a sudden, like, we're arguing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, that's letting him in. Maybe we watch a scary movie like the night before, and then like everything just seems like it's just off, and
Yeah.
like everything is like not working out for us, like stuff like that. Like, and it's just like, that's why.
Yeah, it's like
you know?
having like a crack in the door, and like
Right.
you leave it. You got to shut the door.
Right,
You know what I mean?
like
Exactly.
opening portals, like for him to come in and attack and just to be in your life, and I rebuke that in every way. So Halloween is just a no for us. And people always are like, well, why y'all can celebrate other pagan holidays like Christmas and stuff? But it's because, like, okay, Christmas, I'm not seeing witches, Ouija boards,
Right.
darkness. Like, I'm not seeing people running around with knives. And I think I had even seen an article where the Fright Trail or something, the 13th gate or
13
something like
gates
that.
in
The
Baton Rouge.
last one now that they added is like something like really like spiritual or something, and people are like stay away from it. Da 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 da. Like, everything is like right before our eyes. Like, it's to a point where people can openly have the devil like right there in your face, and
Yeah.
people just be like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
no,
crazy, yeah.
we can't normalize that. We don't want to normalize
No.
that. And the main thing is just to protect our children,
Yeah.
their souls, and our own souls, and you know,
Exactly.
and being in complete alliance with God and the peace and harmony that He has over our life, and
Yeah.
just not wanting to jeopardize any of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Realistically, because we literally said, we were like, if we did Halloween this year, like, how cute would
I
it
know, and
be
that's-
if we did
Exactly.
Bluey? I was like,
But-
you be dad, I'll be mom,
Yeah.
Koa is bingo, and then Kosi can be Bluey.
It would be so cute, but that's the
Dude.
thing.
But it would be
Why
the compromise.
Why risk my kids' innocence too?
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Why
to
expose them to anything?
for one day, we can dress up any day. We can go get them candy any
Exactly.
day. And honestly, I don't want Kosi with a whole bunch of candy anyway,
No,
because she'd
literally.
be crazy.
And they be poisoning that candy.
Yes, like red dye 40 and all that. Girl, don't get me started on that. But yeah.
We need some organic Halloween candy.
Yes,
Right. Oh, that's-
with
yeah.
no added sugar, stuff like
That's
that.
what-
Like,
yeah.
let's go with the natural stuff, because that's another thing. Like, we're poisoning our kids with certain things and stuff. But
100%.
Yeah, and
to each their own.
and then like that leading into, I guess I feel like little things like that have led our generation to be normalized, even like with the
Yes.
tradition thing. Like Cullen being a stay-at-home dad is breaking traditions
Yes.
because we're
Right.
so like caught up in like this system. So I guess, can we talk about that, like breaking traditions of this generation? And if you say you want to be a generational curse breaker, then you can't do things the same way.
No.
And so people expect to be generational
You're
curse
called
breakers.
to be set
Different,
apart.
yeah.
You're called to. If you want to break generational curses, you can't listen to the people that are in the generational curses.
Yeah.
No, it's
Like,
not gonna work.
Right, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna be in the same pattern.
Yeah.
This is the thing about a pattern. If you want that pattern to be broken,
Yeah.
then you have to draw a line right there and do something different. That's how you change a pattern.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be better. You got to do what God's calling you to do, and you have to listen to His voice. The difference between God's voice and the devil's voice is going to be very loud. It's going
Yeah.
to be very
Easy.
like
Yeah.
just basically shouting at you.
Yeah.
But God is going to tell you the good things, and His is going to be basically a gentle whisper. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of just like what I look at it as, like a poke at my heart, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like it'll keep coming up over and over again. But it won't be the things that pull me away from Him. It's going to be something that makes me better, that really
Yeah.
prunes me, or something that brings me closer to Him.
Yeah.
And even if I don't see it right then and there, I know that I'm going to see it afterward.
Yeah.
And I always do, which is so crazy because, like, that's how He works. Just like, you know, if you're praying and stuff, like, He might not answer your prayers right then and there,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but it's all in His perfect timing.
Yeah.
His timing is so perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot
whether
of
you
people
can see
struggle
that or
with. It's
not.
kind of they pray and they expect him just to hand it to them then and there.
They expect a genie.
No, like it might take years for a
Yeah.
prayer to answer. Mine took many years.
But yeah, so like if you're wanting to break a generational curse, like you have to be ready to be set apart. You have to pray for God to armor you up in that strength and that wisdom and that courage and that confidence, because it is hard.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to be, you know, in the hot seat. A lot of people don't like to be looked at, and they don't want like the opinions of others, or they can't take the heat whenever it gets hard.
Yeah.
For instance, like back to the situation with his parents and stuff, like we flat out told them like we're breaking generational curses, so we're doing things differently. And yes, it was really hard because we were always getting told like what we were doing was wrong, but
Yeah.
in the sense like we knew it was right, and we
God
stayed
was telling
prayed
us it
up.
was right.
Right. And
Yeah.
then even bringing it to the internet and stuff, and it's like you want all these opinions of other people and stuff, but like God doesn't put that on our heart to be like, okay, listen to the influence of all these people,
Yeah.
because guess what? Those people are the same ones in the generational curse. The enemy has all made them think like this is normal,
Yeah.
and this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Same thing with him being a stay-at-home dad, just because of the tradition. And they even try to throw the Bible knowledge at us, like God calls man to provide.
Right, yeah.
Okay, God calls man to provide, but this man can provide spiritually. He doesn't
And
have
that's
to
from
provide
Yeah.
the money on the table, because
Yeah.
we can't even take that money to heaven.
Yeah.
So it's like God doesn't tell you got to have all kind of money and stuff, because guess what? Money is of the world.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Especially
here.
when
like,
that's
God
like
literally
your
flipped over
idol.
tables
Yeah.
and stuff, like
Yeah.
because they were
Whenever they were selling
Yes.
at the temple.
Yeah.
It's like, come on now.
Yeah. And I feel like what got something that was on my mind is that like so many people, they're like, so like how do you know like this is God? Like how do you hear God's voice? And we heard a message on this last week, and like God's voice is like you said, it's calm, and it points back to His word. Like
Yep.
God is peace,
Every time.
God is love, like God is all these things. The enemy is like
the
fear.
smoothness of the ocean.
He's like literally the exact fear, anger. That's the enemy.
like
you know?
like it's like, man, go, like get that.
Literally. And I think so many people are like emotionally led and not spiritually led. Like they let
Yes,
their
That's what it is.
That's a
emotions
word.
lead them.
That's a
Like,
word.
ooh, I feel like this.
Let me tell you something. Number one thing, you cannot listen to your flesh.
Yeah.
Never.
No.
Never. You cannot lead by emotion. This is why every decision we make, I don't care if it's the kind of pizza that I want. Like I'm literally like, pepperoni or sausage? I could be praying about that.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Yeah.
something that I would just want to flat out make a decision on. Or if
Yeah.
it's like a big purchase or something, like that's why God is in everything and at
Yeah.
the center of everything we do, because you have to listen to Him and truly let Him guide and lead your life. And that's not going to happen if you're very impulsive or you listen to your flesh, because my flesh will tell me like, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Or I feel this type of way about that, or
Yeah.
I feel bitter and jealous toward this, so like I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Or you know, it could even be the simple sense of like giving something to someone.
Yeah.
Like if I had to give something that I really loved or liked, but God called me to do that, my flesh is telling me no.
Yeah.
Or it could be to someone I don't like. It could even be like a hug or
Yeah.
something. If God's calling me to do that,
Yeah.
like then
Exactly.
that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
My flesh is like, girl, no. Like, you see this girl?
Yeah.
Like, what did she do to you?
Yeah.
But God is telling me, like,
Oh yeah.
calm, like, you're good, like, give her a hug.
Yeah.
And then guess what? After, I would feel
So good. Yeah. Literally so much better than
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas if I listened to the enemy and my flesh and I didn't give that hug, and
Yeah.
I'm like still in there with my thoughts and everything, and I'm still bitter, I'm still jealous, I'm
That's
still
the enemy working.
yes. That's
and
how
God's
he wants
gonna
you to
call
be.
you to do like the uncomfortable things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like He requires faith. Most people think like if this is God, this is gonna be so easy. Like
No, it's not.
no.
There's a lot of sacrifice and suffering
Yeah.
in being obedient with God.
Yeah, and I remember, I guess we can talk on the suffering, because I think I seen you post something recently about suffering, and like I feel like that has like, not just that, but I feel like suffering has like, it was Sadie Robertson's podcast. It was the most recent one that she talked about suffering and how her mom died, and like she's like, thank you, like, God, for helping me endure this well. Because so many of us, we can take suffering and be like, oh my gosh, like, God, you hate me, like, I can't do this, all these things. But it's like, no, like, you're pruning something in me
Right.
during this season that I would not have learned without suffering.
100%. And I think she was talking about being in prayer and presence in that one, if that's the one you're talking about. Yes, and I feel like that's so important because a lot of people are like, how do I trust God through like the suffering and stuff? But that's where you have to like trust him the most. And that's why I think the prayer and the present comes in and helps with that because that's where like you need him most. And you have to trust God like a child trusts their parent. And that was the number one thing that I kept saying to Cullen, like with his decision and everything. But that's one thing that we've learned mostly through the walk of our life. Yes, we're only 22, but we have been through so much.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of sacrifice and suffering, but it all came with trusting God like a child trusts their parent.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I learned to trust him that way because I learned that he was all that I had and he loved me like nobody else could love me. It's a different kind of love and he's always going to do what's best for you and he always wants what's best for you. He wrote out a perfect plan for you. So how can you not trust him?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same way you trust your parents, you know, like they're going to take care of you. Like for instance, and I think about it all the time. It's sad to say, but it's like, what, like, Kosi and Koa trust us, like, with their lives.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, they know they're going to wake up fed, a bath every night, you know, in bed, praying with them, reading bedtime stories every night. But it's like, what if heaven rebuked that? But what if we just decide to drop them on side the road one day?
Yeah.
They just trust us,
Yeah.
you know? Like, that would be hard and crazy, but it's like, they don't think we're going to do that. They just trust us. So it's like, we have to really sit down, give it all to God, and fully trust him. And that's how you surrender everything. You put in that prayer and you put in the presence with him.
Yeah.
You make sure you spend time with him. You make sure you get closer with him, and that trust is going to be there.
Yeah.
Then through the sacrifice and the sufferings, it'll be easy.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, easier because it's never going to be easy.
Yeah.
Stop living for your flesh. Live for God. Give your whole life to God.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think that's where humility comes in and humbleness, because we think like we're God and we can like, I know I found myself there. Like, I can handle my life way better than God.
He used to be that way too. You could probably speak more on that because he used to, like, especially with finances and stuff, he used to always try to like figure it all out or like, no, I'm in control of my life. But it's like God quickly like humbled.
Yeah, especially with finance. I used to be bad with that. Now, let it go. It's in God's hands, control, and he provides. At the end of the day, he provides so much more. It's like, it's crazy.
God will humble you and give you that humility. Like, I think humility is a fruit of the Spirit and knowing him more too. Because, like, it truly helps you surrender all that. Like, my body is not mine. My mind is not mine. Like, I'm here specifically for your divine purpose, God. Like, use me for whatever you want to use me for. And I think that's what makes our relationship so beautiful. Because I'm not going to him because it's a task or a certain rule or anything. I'm going to him because I know that he created me for a purpose and I am his.
Exactly.
Use me how you want to use me. Like, I'm specifically here for your purpose and your plan. Whatever you need me to do, I'm doing it. And I think that's where it comes into, you know, like, it makes it a beautiful relationship because it's not like I'm bitter or I feel forced to do any of that. It's just simply like what I know, like, is just how it's supposed to be. You know, like, it's just what I want to do.
And I think so many people look at us and they're like they look at Christianity with all the rules. Like, you can't do this, you can't do. It's like, no, like, I think you were just talking. We don't want to do those things. Like, I know a perfect father. I serve why do I want to go out and do what the world does?
He does that to protect us. He does that because he loves us so much. He's keeping us from those things. Like, the devil puts temporary happiness in front of you and the worldly things in front of you, but God sees past all of that. So it's like, what is the... I mean, they had wine in the Bible. Like, God, like, drank wine, like, here and there. But he didn't tell you to be an alcoholic and participate
I'll be
in
21.
But he didn't tell you, like, be an alcoholic and, like, participate in the drunkenness.
They abuse it.
Yes, that's what he's protecting you from that because he knows, like, you're altering the state of your mind. And that's where the enemy wants you. And he wants to introduce that spiritual warfare in your life. He wants to bring you down. He wants you to feel low. Because how many alcoholics you know are
Yeah.
happy or
Yeah.
like
They're
not
not.
in the
They're
same
angry.
cycles.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what the enemy wants for you. But God has a greater plan for you. So like with the rules and stuff and sinning, sin separates you from Jesus.
Yeah.
Sin separates you from God. It pulls you away more and more and more. So of course the enemy is going to make sin look fruitful for you.
Yeah.
Of course the enemy is going to make sin like tempting for you and be like, hey, this is so good. Like, come here. Just like he made Adam eat the apple.
Yeah.
I mean, Eve eat the apple.
Yeah. Literally.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, that's what he wants.
Yeah. And it's like when you can't like discern what like is the problem with Eve was she couldn't discern like God's voice and the enemy's voice. Because the enemy's like, yeah, your father doesn't have all these good things for you. Like, why would he like tell you not to eat from the best fruit in the tree when God said every other tree?
You're going to be wise like God. Like, you're going to know the knowledge like God. Okay, what did that knowledge do? Now they're hiding from God because they know, hey, like, I'm naked here. Like, this is wrong. Like, but they were good before. Like, that's what God wants to protect us from. That's what sin is there for. Like, I mean, that's what the rules are there for. And it's not a rule. It's literally just obeying God because you know like it's what's best for you, because you know this is a perfect father. One prayer that I love to pray is, God, teach me to be a daughter to a perfect father. Like, continue to pull me closer to you. Like, continue to make my husband the son to a perfect father. You know what I mean? Like, just help us, because we're never going to get it right. But I think that's where it helps us get it right. And that's where it looks right to others. You know what I mean? Because you see the fruit. You'll know them by their fruit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's really good.
You keep smiling at
No,
me.
because
You're
you
like
just
throwing me.
She preaching over here.
Yes, I know. It's amazing. Just
Yeah, that's
enjoying
good.
the show.
And so I guess like, I can't believe it's almost been 30 minutes, but I guess like to wrap it up, what like piece of advice would y'all give like to this generation that's still trying to like find their way in a generation that's so caught up in the tradition of things?
You're set apart. You're called to be set apart. Don't worry about nothing nobody is doing or what looks good from an outside view or outside perspective, because you could see this person living their best life or anything and you're like, oh, I want that. But what is that person really dealing with, and are they bearing fruit? Are their lives like this amazing and stuff? You know what I mean? And that kind of goes into breaking the generational curses thing as well, because if you really want to live a fruitful life that walks in what Jesus has called for you and what Jesus wants for you, which is the complete peace and, you know, kind of like your heaven on earth. Like, that's what he wants you to have, because he didn't already prepare a place for you, and that's where there's no suffering, no anything. But of course, the enemy comes down here and he tries to take that away from us in every way. So that's where the doubt comes in, I think. And that's where, you know, you kind of feel backed into a wall with the trust thing. But that's why I say, like, it just leads back up to trusting God like a child trusts their parent. You just got to fully give it to him and put in that prayer and that presence with him over and over again. And then it'll come naturally, you know. You'll feel like surrendering yourself and just giving yourself to him. It won't feel like a rule or a chore. Like, of course, it's not easy, especially when the storms come, because he never said, like, the storms won't come, but it'll be easier because you know you have him, you know you're super close with him, and you know you can do everything, all things through Christ that strengthens you, you know?
So good.
Exactly.
Your turn.
Coco,
I'm sorry. I'm just so amazed by you. It's amazing. No, but seriously, don't look at other people and want to live their lives. You are set apart, like you said. Live your own life. You know your own life. You just want to live in the world. And I used to do that all the time. I used to live like other people, or I'll see my friends doing this, so I'm like, oh, I need to be this too. But 9 out of 10, it's not good for you. People in the world, when you know they're not walking in that path with Christ, it's not going to be fruitful for your life. So why would you want to live that anyway? Set apart, choose your own life, live it with God, pray every day. He will guide you.
And trust him. Trust that plan is, you know, the plan that you're going to want and that he wants for you. Because, of course, the devil is tempting. He makes it look like, oh, yeah, I want this. Like, and that the way that God wants for you isn't the way that you want. Oh, this is more fun. Like, let's go do this. But it's like, listen, I'm going to be 100% real with you. I done lived on both sides of it. I've lived a life where I was like, this is the best life ever. Like, I'm in the club every night, like I'm partying. I got so many friends. Mind you, these friends don't want what's best for you.
Right.
Yeah.
These friends are like, they want you down with them too. They'll act like they want to be happy for you and stuff. But the minute you're coming up or something, like, it's like,
Disappear.
how she did that, like, and they don't want nothing to do with you in a sense, unless it's like on camera or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you just gotta discern that and just know that God's way is the better way, even if you don't feel it in that moment.
Yep.
Completely surrender it to Him and trust Him that it is gonna be what you think is fun, what you wanted, that life that you wanted, and God gives you all the desires of your heart. So just know if you ask Him for it, He'll give it to you, as long as you know you're walking with Him, you surrender everything to Him, and you trust Him.
Yeah.
He knows your heart, He knows the desires of it, and He plans to give you all of that. But you just gotta fully surrender yourself and give it to Him. Because let me tell y'all, I love my life. I'm married, babies. You know, we still get to travel. We still get to do the fun things.
Yeah.
You know,
We're truly
And you live for Jesus. It's not boring.
exactly, exactly. We're not sinning. We're not. Now, don't get me wrong. We still sin like sometimes.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own sin.
Yeah, but you're not living in sin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah.
Well, this was such a good episode, and we hope just make me feel more single. I lie. We hope this brings everyone so much joy and just like a piece of encouragement.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, we love you.
All right.
y'all.
Bye.